It's a very good morning to you. Obvious businesses, Jonas live on Zoom I. If you can hear the sound of my voice, to let me know where you're logging from here. My name is Simba Chikanza here, bringing to you live early this morning. We've got breaking news coming through right now, early this morning. The High Court judge, who is famed for and over the now, he's been titled the Tapiwa-Makore Missing Skull Curse. Okay, judge. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly here. This is the judge who is responsible for passing a verdict without giving. Okay, let me just quickly do this. I apologize here quickly. Yeah, just come through right now. Do tag someone and also give us your feedback from where you are. Let us know where you're logging in from. We've got breaking news here coming up right now this morning. The High Court judge who passed a verdict, a notorious verdict, and I've got the license to call it this, by the way. Right, to call him a notorious judge. Now, viewers, listeners, as you can hear the sound of my voice right now, as I'm speaking, I've got a bit of a chuckle. You'll ask yourself, why on earth would I be chuckling when we got, you know what, I knew what was going to happen because I know this judge. Ndinomuziva judge uyu. Ndakatozvitaura. Andinazvitaura here nezuro bye. I apologize. Please. Thank you, folks. It's a very good morning to you, obvious businesses. You can hear the sound of my voice. Yeah, this morning. It is 9:35 at Kingdom. I don't know what time it is where you are. Type in the comment box right there. Let us know what time it is. We're going to break this this morning. Please type in the comment box right there. Space as well. Here we go. Who is famed for the and over the a very controversial verdict here. And this is the verdict of the Tapiwa-Makore, the missing skull of the young man, the missing skull of Tapiwa-Makore. Tapiwa-Makore is the murdered 7-year-old Murewa lad who was killed about 2-3 years ago in Murewa. The judge who passed convictions without requesting for information of where the skull is has As expected, by the way. This was expected. Mazimba, Musa Chikidzirwe. We talked about it. Okay, I'm just saying this in Shona. My apologies here. So, as highly expected, and we've put up an article here on your news network, Zimai, and this is a highly expected verdict. Hapana zvinyowani zviripo apa, hapana chinoshamisira. Tikuona unakaona panapa vari kutonyora nyora muma WhatsApp, muma chii, and they're busy mocking Nelson Chamisa. They're mocking the people of Zimbabwe. They're mocking and I can see you can see the political. Why on earth would you load yourself with political mock on something that is so obvious? You should think of yourself. Zimbabwe has got a guy like who has got blood on his hands, a judge who passed convictions without requesting for the location of the murdered 7-year-old Tapiwa-Makore's missing skull. That is where the story starts and that is where the story ends. Tshabangu is just a clutch on. Zvana Tshabangu zvekuti azouya ozodai ozonyora tsamba kuna mudhenda zvozodai iko right now azonzi ahwina kesi izvo zviradrama iro. The real story is Munamato Mutevedzi, a judge who is under Auxilia Mnangagwa's faction. Okay, so Munamato Mutevedzi is the judge under Auxilia Mnangagwa's faction. A judge that some people were calling Judge Manyama and all that, and yet look, this is a murderer clothed as a judge, a man who has no regard for the blood shed, the blood of an innocent 7-year-old. No regard, no emotion. A judge passed two murder verdicts without demanding, without requesting for the young lad's missing skull. So that is where the story starts. That is where the story ends. And some people would say here, so Simba, what happens now? What happens now? It had nothing to do with the courts. This case has got absolutely nothing to do with the courts. To be frank with you, they were if these legislators had asked me, if they had told me that they are going to court, I would have told them, come on, just leave. Let me show you a shorter route here, a more effective route. So this entire emotive talk, particularly the I apologize. There's something wrong there. I apologize. There's something wrong on the on the screen. We've got the wrong screenshot there showing up. We should be showing the verdict. The verdict is right below. My apologies. My apologies. We're supposed to be showing this verdict here. Yes, that is the verdict that is supposed to be on the screen. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so now, so the entire talk by supporters of Mr. Mnangagwa, supporters of Sengezo Tshabangu, their talk here is not even necessary. Zvinotosemesa. Zvinotosemesa because it's good. You know, you were never going to get justice from a man who has no regard for Tapiwa-Makore's missing skull. Judge anoda kuzviita manyama sezvamunoita mazimbabweans zvamunoita munhu anonzi hopo ching'ono zviye munomuti hey dadhi ndo zvakangofanana naMunamato Mutevedzi. Munhu momborumbidza until later on they would just dash your hopes like this, just disappoint you. That is what has happened today, and that is the only story. The only story out of this is that Zimbabwe has got a judge who has no regard for the blood shed of the 7-year-old Tapiwa-Makore and his missing skull. A judge who passed a verdict of two murder verdicts without requesting or without demanding for Tapiwa-Makore's missing skull. That is the story today. How on earth do the courts have a judge who claims he is a Manyama judge? He is a special judge, me Judge Mukuru, Judge Manyama. Okay, those dogs, right? How on earth? That is the story. Jumajese says everything else is just utter drama. It's nonsense. Jumajese says apasisi nakana story. This is what is and what people should be reading today, so that you know. Now, some people would ask me, so Simba, what is the way forward? The way forward, I can tell you right now, is very, very bright for these MPs. Very, very bright. And I don't know if it is convenient for me to speak about it right now, because the country has got sabotaged in the judiciary. And Munamatom Tebetsi is one of them. So if I say it on this base here, won't these MPs be sabotaged now? If I open up, if I just expose everything, the entire thing, as if again, won't they sabotage again? You're dealing with saboteurs here, period. So what would you like me to do? I've got people here joining on the stream. There's over 210 people watching right now. What would you like me to do? Do you want me to spill it out, or you want me to reserve it and then communicate it privately? Just out private, and it. Right. So and your story actually. Judge uya judge uyo judge anoziti judge Manyama. Judge Tapiwa-Makore. This is the only story here. And that Zimbabweans should be careful of these Vano appear like they're macho, especially these days. The same way that Zimbabweans praise and they follow a man who calls himself daddy, a daddy character. Anengachinzi journalist exposer. Hey, exposer chakadai. Ndiye Ega is the only person in the country, who can fix all the problems in the country. Everyone else is corrupt. Everyone else is like, I am the one who people were waiting for. That's the same way. When Zimbabweans praise an individual and they think that an individual is a problem solver, is what has happened today. Mazimbabweans mairumbidza muna matomutevedzi muchimuti Judge Manyama. Tichikuudzai pana pakuti Judge Manyama. Uyu Judge Manyama uyu. It's the same way we have told you, and you have seen the evidence that Hopo Chingono Munu Auxilia Mnangagwa, and you just can't see it. That is the story of today. That is the story where it begins, the story where it ends. Chete. Zumezese izokutana Tshabangu'S ira drama iro. I hope people get it. Ra drama. Apasisina dzimwe nyaya ezo munotopinda busy. There wasn't even any need for these MPs to go to court. So I'm going to need to cut now, viewers, businesses, and I'll be back shortly. Do share the live stream, and we'll come back ASAP. Thank you. There is a way. By the way, the SADC Extraordinary Summit is currently underway in Luanda right now as we speak. So we'll be giving you updates ASAP. Thank you so much. We're going to need to cut now. Thank you.
Unofana kuziva semaZimbabweans. Pane nyaya dzatinoziva dzakaitika dzakawanda. Kubva 1980. Toda kukutaurira kubva 1980. Kuti munhu uyu anonzi Mnangagwa akanga achida kutoita coup in 1980. Ndikutaura zvandinoziva. I'm in a privileged position. Ndine information yakawanda yandinoziva. He actually wanted to wrestle power from the president. Regai ndikudze, akaudza ma-elections aitwa muna April 1980. Akati izvo president muri kuda kuurayiwa nevarungu. Anga arunga izvozvo nevarungu manje. Kuti muri kuda kuurayiwa nevarungu, udai imimi president naNyagumbo naNgala muende kuMozambique. Saka president pavakaenda ndokunoudza Samora kuti ndozviri kuitika zvikanzi, Robert, you must go home now. President ndobva okay, regai tiende kuna Nyerere tinomutaurira, ndobva tangoenda, hanzi hatina kuzotaura nyaya iyoyo. Tikangoona kuti ma-elections akafamba zvakanaka, and then ndobva tadzokera kuMozambique. Hanzi pandikasvika kuMozambique ndokufonera Mnangagwa kuti ndiri kuda kudzoka musha. Zvikati, I said, don't come back, don't come back. Achida kuti kuita coup. So munhu uyu agara aine pfungwa idzodzo kubva kare kare. Marcosin, that man, let me tell you, he is a liquidator. Go and look up liquidator. He is a ravisher. You know what I mean? He is a liquidator. He is a ravisher. Go and look up what it means. Haite.
Saka ndida kuzoti makomuredzi aya ari kunzi aenda achinocheka maoko epovha kuti wazobhuta pana pochita sei. Makomuredzi ereka kuti vanhu vamugabe vakatora kubva kwaSmith mamercenaries akuvapa nyembe dzehobhovhetera vachiipisa identity yedu. So that's one other thing. We are working on our identity. We are not trained to be this ugly evil people that the whole nation now thinks that we are. Makambotiona here isusu. Makaisirwa kumberi kwenyu Mugabe wanted people who could support his personality cult. Vanhu vanofa vakamutenda kuti zveshow kandibvisa anachiyango tesinawo kuhundobva ndio the richest of them. He was the comrade one of mukutaura dzakasvikopinda mugabe in 1980 akatrainwa sesu. Even though vakuru vacho ngvari majeri ananya kuti mbona namuzina vari kupi.
Emerson Mnangagwa is one of them.
Vakapera kufa. Comrade Emerson wakaburiswa mujeri according to the history and Senate. Vaburiswa mujeri havana kusvika kudzokera kupati vakasvikotanga kuita law handiti. Vaita law vakazotorwa kufuta mugabe abvisa vamwe vese vanga vachibva kufunda. When the war finished, vakanopedzisa hondo Comrade Mugabe. Vanhu vakavasarudza kumuganga wedeclaration chititungamirira pahondo akanga apedza kuvatema wese zvaakazosiyana nagamatoxin anachii mafunction asingapera. Akapedza kuvatreza vese kutanzi vapanduka. You know, we do not end up telling the truth, but I think the youth deserves to know the truth.
Ya takatadza kuwa na majority okuti titonge atakaramba tirimo. Dr. Bamtasa dandiri election agent ya president.
Saka ndida kuzoti makomuredzi aya ari kunzi aenda achinocheka maoko epovha kuti wazobhuta pana pochita sei. Makomuredzi ereka kuti vanhu vamugabe vakatora kubva kwaSmith mamercenaries akuvapa nyembe dzehobhovhetera vachi.
Now, even the RBZ says there are no sanctions at all.
Don't use it. No, this is history. Don't use it. But then my father translated it to Dambudzo. That's why I'm called Dambudzo. But of course, later on when I went to school, I went to a library. I didn't like the word Dambudzo. So I read a book, and in that book there was Emerson. Then I changed my name to Emerson from Dambudzo. So in the 40s, when we went to school, results will be announced on a weekend. My parents are nowhere. So the teacher, class by class, will announce the results. But at home, I was called Dambudzo. At school, Emerson, because I never told the parents that I had changed. So my father was not there. My mother went with me to school. So the teacher says, oh, Emerson did very well in arithmetic and English. Stand up. I couldn't stand up because I was sitting with my mother, who knows I was Dambuzo, not Emerson. So they says, Emerson, stand up, pointing at me. Then I stood up. My mother said, yes, 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 yes. Kuwa kunzani.
Takanunzi mfano amene kuti mfana we ndokundikandira mberi kwandani ndiri kanzi mfana ila mshonga wenyoka uyu ini ndokutora avachandiudzi kuti unodla wakawanda sei nitore kananga kaya kamuromo chitsenga kunosvika kubuda road mtara we mberi kwandandakatungamira handina kuzobudisa rurimi gwazvimba kudai ivo vafa nokuseka kwahuri benzi wanga wachidza zvose tikati hamuna kundiudza ni rurimi gwazvimba taenda kumba manje koma muitei mwana kwanza benzi iri ndamutini idla mushonga wenyoka iye ndokudla kananga kosi vafa nokuseka
1990, Johnson conspires with his bullying club friend Darius Guppy to have a fellow journalist assaulted. The two discuss in detail how badly assaulted the man will be, including cracked ribs and black eyes, before Johnson agrees to supply the journalist's address for the attack to be carried out.
Boris, have you got this number? How badly are you going to hurt this guy? Okay, let me explain this.
This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot, on the dot.
So yes, our viewers and listeners, do join us later on. We've got a session coming up. Easy way, the future for the CCC party. So easy way for the CCC party. Got someone there was saying, oh, this is the end of the CCC party. Well, this is actually the beginning. Ndokutanga zvina kuma sports. Imaifunga kuti iwe saka iwe unozwa kuti yo hope iri ine court inorana naMnangagwa inorana naLuke Malaba. There is a simple way. Simple way. Kana mama akatogara muchitotsanya muchitsanyira kuti koti ngaiwino. Come on guys, then makarasika. Pane nzira dziri very very simple. Right. So watch out for that session, and we'll also be on the sidelines of the SADC summit, the extraordinary summit. Wait for it. Thank you. Keep subscribed. Press the subscribe button.
This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all round the world, on the spot.